Hey there, Bradley Charbonneau here. I am going to be evaluating my own speech. I have a 7 minute and 45-minute speech that I did in Amsterdam a few weeks ago that won me a ticket to the next round in European Championships of Public Speaking for Toastmasters. And in Toastmasters, we give evaluations. And I've asked other Toastmasters to give me an evaluation of this speech, and I am going to give an evaluation of this speech and what myself. And what I like to do, my favorite way to do this is to get a video from someone and then walk through it like I'm doing right now. By the way, this is a service I offer. If you would appreciate this, I will, just like I'm doing here, you can watch this one and see how I do it. I'm going to walk through the entire video, stopping and starting and playing and will comment as it goes along. And it should take me at least double the time because I'll probably stop more than I play and talk and add input and commentary. So here we go. This is my my no, yes, but, yes, and speech from Amsterdam. And I want to improve it. The reason I'm doing this is that I know it can be better. I want to improve it. So I am giving my own critical eye to my own speech. So here we go.
Bradley Charbonneau.
This
No.
is a
Yes, but. Yes, and. No. Yes, but. Yes, and. Bradley Charbonneau.
I've added these placeholder things
Yes,
here.
and. Two tiny little words. Very simple. You know how to
You
pronounce
know,
them,
I
you won't know
wondered
how to say them.
how much time did I leave between her introducing me and my initial words. You want to leave several seconds to make sure the audience is no longer focused on the MC and they're focused on you. And you want to give them those seconds of them fidgeting, whatever, give them a couple seconds, and then now you are the center. And now the important words are what you say first. And so what I said, I back up, and I probably shouldn't have made this so dark.
Two
Just said it right there.
Bradley Charbonneau.
1,002.
yes,
So I gave myself about 2 seconds.
and.
So yes, and I say it very clearly.
Two tiny little words. Very simple. You know how to pronounce them, you won't know how to say them. You say them on an individual basis, dozens, if not hundreds of times a day.
Okay, so these are the first, 10, 20 seconds here of my talk. And you want to make sure these are really clear and really pulling it in for the audience with your message, because this is the stuff that's going to stick. The beginning and the end. This is, who's this guy? Speaker number 27 today. Oh my God, there's just been so many speakers. And why is this guy interesting? And has he grabbed my attention so far? So I have two very simple words, yes, and I'm saying here, oh, well, separately, they're not so powerful, but together they're powerful. Oh, that's interesting. If you happen to know about improv comedy, you'll know that this comes from improv comedy, although I don't mention that consciously. And I use the power of yes and without talking about improv comedy. I would like to mention here my color coordination. I didn't know this, but how do you like those blues and dark blues and light blues and going on with that carpet down there? Pretty good, right? If you'll notice, I'm looking up at the audience. Because the audience was in sort of a stadium. I if I want to comment, and dare I do, I think my shirt's a little frumpy. I could tuck that in better, or I don't know. I guess it's okay, but it's looking a little frumpy.
And yet, when you put them together, that's where the power comes.
Okay, so hand usage and stage usage and foot, right? So I'm making my big statement. I say, when you put them together, and I clasp my hands together and I hold it there, and then I'm approaching the audience. So I was standing still, their attention's on me. Ooh, now must be something important because he's getting closer to us. He's bringing it closer.
When you put them together, they can change your personality. When you put them together, they can increase your creativity and improve your relationships.
So I repeated, I very much am into repetition. When you put them together, this, when you put them together, that. So then it really brings it home for what's we talking about? Oh, you have to put the two words together. So repetition is important in a speech like this. People, they hear it. If they didn't hear it the first time, they're going to hear it the second time. And then I say I'm offering something big.
That's a pretty big offer. So Bradley, why don't we use these two words more often?
So there we go. Now we have the challenge. So here's this great thing. You can have this great thing. Oh, why don't I do this great thing? Why can't I have this great thing? Oh, I'm going to tell you why you can't do it.
We use them individually. Why don't we put them together more often if this is the power we can get from them?
See, palms up. I've got palms up. I'm very welcoming. I'm asking a question. Why can't we do this? Why don't we use these words? I'm with you, audience. I'm on your team. I'm curious as like you are. So I'm palms up and hands open and questioning together with you.
Words have some pretty stiff competition in our vocabulary of responses. No, and yes, but. We have the three options. No, yes, but, yes, and.
Clear power of three here with my left hand, no, my right hand in the middle, yes, but, and right hand to the right side is yes, and. Very clear. This guy's got three messages we're talking about today. Oh, what was that again? No, yes, but, yes, and. 1, 2, 3. If I really wanted to take it to the next level, I would make the left side of my stage no, and the middle of the stage yes, but, and the right side is yes, and. So use a stage, divide it up into three parts, or sometimes a grid, like front left, front right, back left, back right.
I'm going to walk us through an interactive session so that you experience.
What am I doing with my hands? Interactive session. I am miming, I am theatrically telling the story with my hands, interactive. So as I'm talking, I'm using my hands in an ideally constructive way that's going to help with the understanding of the content.
The feeling of these three responses and how they feel for you and how they feel for the other
Pointing
party
to you,
involved.
point to me.
So let's imagine
Pause.
that I'm a party planner and you all are on my team.
By the way, I've had quite a bit of feedback about this. I'm gonna in a minute. Of course, the advantage of this speech is I've seen it a million times now, and I've gotten feedback on it. So I even have more precise critique and help. So here, I'm about to set out a scenario where I want you then to answer no, and then yes, but, and then yes, and. And I've had some feedback that could be cleaner. So you're going to see now that I'm biasing your opinion of what you're about to see. You're going to see that it could be cleaner. This whole scene. I want to ask you a question and either disagree with me or yes but me or yes and me. And the recommendation I had today from someone was he said, just say we're going to go to the party. Hey, do you want to come with me to the after party? That's it. Then they can say no, they can say yes, but, they can say yes, and. That's it. So that's very clear. Do you want to come with me to the after party? That's it. I like that.
On our team to make a party later this afternoon after this event. I'm going to give 3 suggestions for this party, and I would like you to answer actively. I want to hear it from you, really, really.
So what I'm doing is quite daring. I am asking for audience participation. I really want them to shout out loud, no, and I want them to shout out loud, yes, but, and then finally, yes, and I want to tell them exactly when to do it. You want to, remember we've been at this conference all day, and they're tired, and they're bored, and they've seen 14 speakers already. And how do we keep them engaged? How do we keep them motivated? So I am going to engage them. But the danger here is that if nobody is engaged, then nobody actually does anything. But I'm taking that risk. I think it's a risk worth taking because it works. So think of that, plan on that when you do your engagement.
3 different responses.
By the way, just an environmental element here. If you can hear that noise in the background, that's pouring rain coming down. And the roof, if you look way upper left there, it's like aluminum or something. It's It was so loud. And so what am I doing? I'm adjusting to the environment and I'm making sure my voice is projecting. I'm loud enough. I'm speaking clearly and slowly, and they can all hear me even in the back. And make sure the person in the back row can hear you.
No, yes, but, yes, and.
There's left
I
and
will
middle, right
prompt
again.
you as to when they come. Got it? You
So
ready
see
for
that more
this?
forceful hand? I'm not doing hand palm up. There's a big thing about palm up, palm down. Palm down is I'm kind of commanding you. Now you got to be a little careful with this. You don't want to be too commanding, but I'm asking, hey audience, this is your thing. This is what you're going to do.
Activity?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so I've already got a little bit of life.
I'm going to have the same suggestion 3 times. Your answer is going to be different. The suggestion for the party, this is a huge place. I actually really like balloons. I think balloons are very festive. You know, we could have them all over the floor. We could have helium balloons that go to the ceiling. This is a massive place. We'd probably need 10,000.
This is the part where the suggestions have come in to make this shorter. And I agree, because remember in Toastmasters, things are very time sensitive. And I should just say, do you want to come to the after party with me later? That's it.
Of these helium balloons. All different colors, rainbow, sparkly, glitter, little strings hanging down. Now, I think this would be a great idea. So now here comes your response, the first round.
So I want to make it really clear that I'm being very clear with my interactive audience here, and I want them to do something in a second. I'm going to make it really clear this first time.
All you need to say is no, nothing more, one word. You can say it, you can say no, you can say no, you can say no. However you like to say it, just that one word. So what do you think of the balloon idea?
No.
Oh. Wasn't really what I was expecting.
Okay, I gotta admit I was hoping for more of a laugh there. I thought that was kind of funny, right? I'm telling them what to say, and then I said wasn't expecting that. So come on, crowd. Rough crowd, rough crowd. Remember, not all of your jokes are going to land, and you got to be okay with that and just move on.
So what just happened?
The camera
I had my
woman giggled.
suggestion, and with that no response,
See that
we
hand
separated.
movement? I'm visually
No longer
explaining
our
everything.
team.
Separating
You
the
disagreed with
team.
my suggestion, and this is okay.
Me,
This happens
it's okay.
every single day in our lives. Of course, this is completely normal. And yet, this is only option 1.
Okay, so I'm saying this is normal. We all just said no. Sounds like a bad thing, and yet I'm saying it's normal. So don't feel bad.
Let's move on to option 2. Now, you thought that was bad. Option 2 sounds better until it gets worse.
I'm trying to go for a little cliffhanger stuff, keep them excited, keep them on their toes. Oh, this is worse. Oh, something's worse than no. Oh, tell me. If people are snoozing, you want to wake them up. So you want to keep that storyline going and keep those cliffhangers coming, ready for the next thing and sort of introducing that next level. Like right now, my next level is yes, but. So let's see what happens here.
Option 2 for you is to say yes, but. And then I would like you all, loud and proud, to answer the reason why you think the whole balloon idea is a bad one, or you just don't like it. So I really want to hear it from you, why you don't want to hear it. Okay, so it's yes, I want you all to shout loud and proud, yes, but, and then just shout out the one little reason, keep it kind of short.
So I'm repeating myself. I just told them what to do. Now I'm telling them what to do again. Of course, I'm looking at this with a critical eye. But remember, I have a very limited time. So anything I can cut out would be good. So I just repeated the same direction twice.
Why you don't like this idea. Ready? Okay, you guys know the drill. We got the balloons up there, the helium, the 10,000 of them, the colors, the rainbow, they're fun. Doesn't this sound like a great idea?
Yes.
Oh, all right. So what happened here?
So I've had another request that said, should I repeat something I've heard? Now, I thought about this and I've done this speech a few times now, and I did that. The danger is if nothing good comes, or if I hear one, but it's not great, or it's not funny, or it's not really relevant, I'm going to repeat something that's not helpful. So the safe thing is to not repeat something that the audience said and just move on. It's going to save me time, and it's also reducing the risk of, remember me, I would have to think on my feet in the second, oh, that was a good one, I'm going to repeat it. So I chose not to do that. Also, I just said, now what just happened? So we did a thing, we had an action, and I'm going to explain now what just happened.
You increased my hope. You elevated the chance that maybe this was going to work. And then you crushed it with but.
So you see, I love the giggling. And you see the visual, right? And remember, if you were watching this and without any audio, what am I doing? I said, increased my hope. I'm raising my hand up. I'm lifting my body up, and then I'm pulling it down when you crushed my hope with the yes, but, right? So think of the visual.
Because what we're really saying is yes, but no. We thought no was bad. No was quick and painful. Little, oh, this is hope
I think I said painful. I probably meant painless.
and dashed hopes. Yes, but. For the Dutch in the room, you might recognize this phrase as ja, maar.
So another kind of risky trick. I am going after the Dutch here, and the Dutch that is quite the phrase. In fact, it's like a social phenomenon, but it's not something to be proud of, right? It's ja maar. I mean, ja maar. I'm here making fun of it and how terrible it is, and now I'm saying the Dutch do it, and they have their own version. So I'm going to come back in a sec and kind of lessen that blow. But controversy raises eyeball, raises awareness, right? So if I'm controversial and I'm saying something kind of dangerous to the audience, at least it'll wake people up. I do back down a little here.
In this country, as it does in many countries all over the world.
Yeah. So
this is the most popular answer.
Yeah.
And this is why it's hard for us to get to yes and.
So I've had some other feedback that's tried to make this more personal. So I'm just now saying the entire Dutch, the entire population of the world. This is the more popular answer. However, some of the feedback I've received is what type of person might say yes, but what type of person might say no, what might say yes, but yes, and, right? Like no would be, and you could pick sort of stereotypes if you wanted. No would be your mean uncle. Uncle Barney, he always says no. Uncle Barney, can we have another pizza? No. Right. And then Aunt Gertrude, she always says yes, but Aunt Gertrude, can we have a piece of pizza? Yes, but after you finish your broccoli, right? And then who's the fun one? And well, that's cousin Sammy. Cousin Sammy asks the same question. Hey, can we have some more pizza? Sammy says, yeah. And we want the chicken pot pie too, right? So that could be interesting to, that's some of the suggestions I had of the personal, but maybe I make it more personal to me and I say my Aunt Ginny, my Uncle Fred, and then it's a personal story for me that hopefully, because I don't want to make it about me, of course. It's always about the audience. So what am I doing for them? How can they most relate? So maybe I could even ask out loud, what type of person is a no person in your life? What type of person do you know? Can you think of someone in your life who's a yes, but person? Can you think of someone who's a yes, and person? Who is that? And how do you think about that type of person? Right? So that's that. Let's move on.
So let's go there now. We've had enough pain and suffering. Let's move on to some joy. Let's move on to some team.
So I'm looking at the time here, 5:41 of 7. So I am good 2/3, 3/4 into this. And I say, oh, pain and suffering, we're not having fun yet. So I might want to think about that. And in fact, some of the feedback I had was also, let's get some fun stuff. Let's get some humorous stuff in the beginning, early on. So maybe that's where early on I could come in with the Aunt Jenny and the Uncle Fred and the cousin Sammy with their stereotypical personas, because one of the elements that I think I'm not getting across deeply enough in this presentation is the idea that each one of these is a persona. It is a type of person that you are. And the question is, what type of person do you want to be? That's like the deeper psychological, philosophical thing I'm talking about here on a more deeper basis. I mean, I'm having fun with it, but I want you to think, what type of person are you? So I'm also bringing in feedback here I've had from others.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's go have some fun.
And the same story from you. Now it gets fun. Now we get collaborative. Now what was my idea becomes our idea.
This shout out to Abraham here. I got that the night before, or 2 nights before this speech. He gave me that one. It was what was my idea became our idea. I love it. It could even be the title of the speech in a way. It's really powerful. So I could even repeat it. I don't think I do repeat it, but that's a powerful element. So that might be even an opener, right? What's my idea became our idea.
We became a team. We're building the relationship.
We became a team.
And here's where the creativity.
So I just said I kind of rush over these, and looking back here, we became a team. We're building a relationship. Whoa, whoa, whoa! This is the important stuff, and I'm kind of rushing over it. So this is the important stuff. Let's see if I bring it home.
Growth comes in. My idea. You hear it. You acknowledge what I said, and you're going to agree with it, and then you're going to expand on it and build it to make it ours. Ready? So all you say is yes, and then I want you to hear your even more extravagant, crazy, wild, and party idea for the party this afternoon. Ready? So what do you think of all the balloon ideas?
Yes! And some drinks.
There we go. Can you feel the energy?
So this time, remember, I'm laughing. Last time I was kind of shocked with no. I was shocked with yes, but I was kind of annoyed and frustrated. And now I'm happy and laughing. So clearly this is the best answer, right? So I'm laughing. I'm pointing at people. Thanks for that. Oh, wow, that was great, right? I might even say some of that stuff. So now the mood is lifted. The energy's up. And let's see what I'm taking it home.
You feel how this is working? If we had like an energy meter, it would be like, no. It would be like, yes, but. Now we have yes, and. This can work in the boardroom or the bedroom. Later on after the.
So I know that's a good line, and it got the biggest laugh of the presentation. And I'm thinking, I wonder if I could put that in earlier anywhere to get them thinking like, wait a minute, boardroom and bedroom. Tell me more, right? Boardroom's great, but the bedroom, really? Wow, ooh, tell me more. This could be interesting. So I got a good laugh, but it's kind of late, right? I mean, I got to wrap up.
You're home, girlfriend, boyfriend says, hey, you want to watch some Netflix and snuggle on the couch? No. Hey, honey, want to watch some Netflix and snuggle on the couch? Yes, but I need to do my taxes first. Hey, honey, you want to snuggle on the couch and watch some Netflix? Yes. And. I'm going to let your fantasy fly with that one. And as you do it, think of what type of person you want to be. Can I hear it one last?
So I think I'm rushing, and I know my time is about up. In Toastmasters, you get green card, yellow card, red card, and red card means you have 30 seconds left. So if you have a time limit in your speech, then you want to be aware of that. And ideally, you should really have room for a buffer. And I think I didn't because I'm hurrying up here to get this done. And I just said the most important line. I said, what type of person do you want to be, right?
I'm going to let your fantasy fly with that one.
And also, that's fun too, right? I said, oh, Netflix, and your girlfriend or boyfriend says, hey, yes, and what are we going to do later? So your fantasy's flying. I should give you a second to let your fantasy really fly, right?
And as you do it, think of what type of person you want to be.
That's the crucial thing here. What type of person do you want to be? Do you want to be a no person, a yes but person, or a yes and person? And that's crucial element of this speech. And I think I'm kind of washing over it too quickly here at the end because I'm running out of time.
One last time, 2 words. Yes, and. Contest chair.
So I do think I pull up the energy at the end. Everybody's awake. They know what they have to say. They're feeling like part of the presentation because they know the elements. They know the power of it. They've seen it. They're probably still thinking of boardroom and bedroom, and they're in it. They're having fun. And then I think I know I'm at it. Remember, I'm running out of time here. So I said yes, and they got it. And then boom, contest chair. It's like a mic drop. So I'm ready and time to stop. There we go. That's it. Okay. I hope that was helpful. That is yes, and that's my talk. That's my evaluation. I hope you enjoyed this. I know that I even recommend evaluating your own work. I know that this methodology, I've done this for several of my colleagues in public speaking. And if you would like my help, just let me know. It is a service I provide doing exactly for you what I just did. Especially if your speech is under 10 minutes, 20 minutes max, and I will, take it apart piece by piece, just like I did, and stop and start and go through it. And if you have some specific suggestions you're looking for that you want help with on certain areas, my physical movement, my voice, my vocal variety, as they call it, or stage presence, anything, just let me know and I can take a peek at it. All right, that was that. That was no, yes, but yes, and my award-winning speech in my first place speech in Amsterdam that I'm going to do again in Antwerp, Belgium next month. Looking forward to the European Championships. And I hope this was helpful for you as well. Thanks for now. Bye.